Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Get Into It. How you
Hey,
doing tonight, Mace?
I'm doing well, and yourself? How you doing? What you sipping on?
I'm still finishing off that crown from
Okay.
time.
Hey, everybody.
Crown make you go down, so hey,
Not crown make you go there.
that's my bottle. As go down as far as go to sleep, not go
Yeah, like a little
down.
nightcap. Yeah.
So I want to say hey to everybody who is here: Cheryl,
Yes, Cheryl, Jay Rucker was here, Ranton Ricardo.
Ranton, Cleo, Kimmy. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate everyone who catches the replay. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And let's go ahead and get into it because it was a good episode to me. It was
It was good. It wasn't too much, but it was good.
To me, Married to Medicine is a little bit more entertaining than Housewives of Atlanta to me. Even though I love Atlanta, but it just seemed like Married to Medicine is funnier.
Yeah.
It's more intelligent. It's way more intelligent. Like, but it's still petty. So
Because we are dealing with doctors.
we are dealing with doctors, and doctors is some of the most interesting people you'll ever want to meet.
Yes. Yes.
So the episode starts off with Heavenly going to see the OBGYN late after hours. You know, those celebrity appointments that be after hours that you got to stay after because a celebrity coming and, you know, I guess Jackie was the only one that stayed because everybody else looked like they went home.
Right, because the doors was locked, you know.
the doors
was locked.
What probably happened was she was waiting on Heavenly for so long, she went on to lock the door.
Right, because I would have locked the door too. Like,
Because you don't want nobody coming in needing emergency services or anything like that. So Heavenly goes to see Dr. Jackie because her menstrual has not come on for the past 2 months. And I don't know if she's joking, but she's saying that she might be pregnant.
She acted like she was serious. She had the nerves. Because you know what, Heavenly, you just never know when she's serious and when she's joking.
She can't be serious. She can't seriously think that she's pregnant by Daddy. And you said, and she's saying that she only giving oral, and you know she ain't doing the insertion. So how you get pregnant if you ain't doing nothing?
He probably thought it was a throatification, like, you know, just slid down, you know, went right down her fallopian, you know, and into the.
It don't work like that. It don't go down your throat to your fallopian.
Into the right side. She said, you know, the throat bone is connected to the coochie bone. That's what she was, you know. You know, she is a dentist. She is not a you know, a MD doctor. She's a doctor that way.
Hey Candace, do you think Heavenly is putting on for the cameras when she talks about sucking Daddy down and, you know, putting it in her mouth? That's what Daddy like. You know, do she really be doing that, or is she putting on for the camera?
I don't know. She could be just talking mess. She could be just talking crap.
Kim Nicole with that foot coming out of the car at the restaurant. Who else saw that shoe? Was like, that's Simone. Which shoe? Heavenly is funny, but you know she can be irritated and disrespectful. But one thing I did like was about this show is you also learn something if you're ignorant to medical issues. You may learn something, and they always have a teachable moment. Sometimes they sprinkle it in amongst the mess, which is another thing I do like, is that they have teachable moments. So if anyone's trying to learn about, you know, the menstrual, menopause,
right, with Heavenly down there lying, acting like she's pregnant.
I was talking with my friends, and we had like brunch or something, and we're in our mid-30s, and they're feeling like, oh, I got to get pregnant. I got to have a baby. You know, this is it. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not a woman, so I don't have to make those decisions. But like, if you have,
it's just so weird. Like, cause I never, like now I see a lot of women worrying like, oh my God, like, it's like, I have to get pregnant. But I'm like, back in the day when I was younger, like 40-some-year-old women was getting pregnant, like all the time. Like, it wasn't a big issue. I guess now with, you know, the hormones in the food and everything like that is probably speeding up the, you know, yeah.
Cheryl said Heavenly Mouth is wide enough to suck down Daddy. I'm just.
It is the way he got embarrassed down to the
I feel
table.
like the real freaks don't talk about it. They just do it. You know what I mean?
Right, because I talk a lot of crap and it ain't nothing going on.
And then we get Pillow Princess. just
right, because I be talking crap and ain't nothing going on.
Let him get on top and do his business. That's
Mister.
Mister get on top. Tell Heavenly I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I'm like, you got your kids on the show and you over here talking about sucking down Daddy. That old lady shoe when they would pull up to the restaurant with Miles and his GF. I wouldn't even pay attention to her shoes, but
Oh my God, who Simone?
Yeah, Simone is becoming matronly. Like Heavenly said, she's entering that grand auntie role.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just getting older.
But Simone is not a dresser. Simone got all the money, but no style. She gonna give you a wide shoe.
She dresses good sometimes.
And I think she had someone that when she does look nice, I think it's someone there that picked out her outfit. I don't think it was her.
Yeah, she might need a stylist. I think she's not the only one on the show who needs a stylist. Contessa is a close second. She might be number one because I don't think she know what to wear to each occasion. It's just
she's just real tacky.
Simone not a fashion girl, and neither is Heavenly. Heavenly not a fashion girl either.
No.
The only fashion girls I could probably say is
Quad and Jackie.
Jackie a little bit.
Jackie's a little bit, but Jackie gonna come in dressed for her. Like she's like for her style. She's dressed. Quad is a little bit of a fashion girl. That Neela, I'm gonna call her forgettable right now because I forgot when she pop. I'm like, who is this? Like every time when she come on the show, like, why is she there?
Filler. She's filler. For when they don't have nothing else to talk about, throw a little goofy storyline in there. So
well, she definitely needs to be bumped down to friend of the show because girl, bye.
Yeah, she needs to be friend to the show. I'd rather have Lisa Nicole, and that's saying a lot. So the next scene, another thing that I want to mention about the fashions, Toya, you bragged for years about having a 2-story closet, but did you see what she wore to the party at the end of the episode? Like, you always dress down.
But Toya's tacky. I could call her tacky Toya. Mm-hmm. Toya is a label. Like, she puts the labels on, but can't put the labels together. Like, girl, for all that, you could have went to Fashion Nova.
Yeah. Or Ross. Or
somewhere. Walmart, like Kmart, like she could. Target, she could have went. I put an outfit better together from Target than she does. Like, no.
Exactly. So the next scene we have Dr. Contessa meeting up with Toya, and I did find it funny how Contessa daughter said, "Oh, those devilish kids," or something she said.
That was funny.
Kids look bad. Like, they look bad. They look bad.
Especially the one that she pointed out, and she was like, "That's the devil, and that's the angel." And I was like, that one with the mouth that was laughing when his father said, basically, he, does white women stay quiet? And he was like roasted. Like that one, I was like, it's him. I was like, she got the good discernment. She got the spurt of discernment.
She don't like them. And I remember growing up in the neighborhood, it was like a few kids that you just didn't like to hang around.
But he seems to be just like Toya. I can imagine that Toya was him at her age.
Yeah.
I think that's, you don't have a favorite kid, but you have a favorite kid. That's hers because that's her. I'm telling you that when I look at him and her, I'm like, ooh, you see yourself in that little boy because you was just as mischievous as he is.
So, Renton, are you saying her tracks were showing like her natural BBs are showing in the back? What are you saying?
Not the BBs.
Renton said she had on a shirt and some jeans and her leave out was very visible, tacky. So, what does the leave out mean?
When you have a weave and they sew and then they have a little piece to leave out to cover the track. Probably it wasn't maybe it was thinning or not combed right, and you can see the visible track underneath your natural hair. So you're like, ooh, girl.
Oh yeah. Work on it.
That's why I was always glad that I was tall, and I used to wear 5'6" inch heels, so it made me about 6. I'm not really that tall. I'm only 5'5.5", but my legs. The doctor said, dang, your legs are extremely long. Like I have all legs, so it makes me appear taller than I am. But I used to like, ooh, I'm taller than everybody else, so they can't look on the top of my weave and see that little round spot with my leave out. So don't look on the top of my head.
So Renton says no, that leave out on the top was not blended in well. So she didn't blend in. She didn't blend in the top. So
yeah, you got to spread the hair. You got to cover that up.
But go ahead and say what you were saying, Mace. I left my iron on, and I'm gonna run it unplug it.
I was just saying you got to cover that leave out up, because sometimes, and I was always happy that I was taller than everyone else, so they couldn't look in the top of my head and see that, because I never could do a good leave out. That's one thing I could never do. So I was glad to discover to put on some wigs. So I'm tired of sewing.
I didn't know it was that bad. I wasn't paying attention to her hair like that. But I just felt like she was underdressed, like underwhelmed. So she brought her little baby kids over, and they start talking about Heavenly. And the thing about Heavenly is she's caused issues with like half the cast. You remember she fell out with Simone for the same thing. She was talking about Simone's husband, saying that he was gay and he was a Mitch. I don't think she said gay, but she said he was a Mitch.
Yeah.
Because he was all up in the Twitter drama. She talked about Quad. You remember that whole emoji thing?
But she ain't lie. She probably talked too much, but she ain't lie.
But do you want to be friends with someone who talks too much? If who tells all your business?
Well, what is telling the business exactly? Like, I don't think she didn't say anything that she didn't say to her, or that it wasn't seen. Like, it's not like she made stuff up. Like, she probably did speak, a little bit out of turn, like saying stuff that she probably shouldn't have said, but she didn't lie and she didn't say anything that we didn't see.
But at the end of the day, if your personal friend was out there telling all your business and making it a joke to other people, I don't care if it's true or not. Your friend is supposed to have your back and not blast you for entertainment purposes, which is what Heavenly does on her channel. She talks about all of them.
Because the people ask, they want to know. She has a show about the show.
I think that's kind of tacky too. Like,
that's a conflict of interest. I think that's a conflict of interest to have a show about the show. But, in the guise of her having a show about the show, she's talking just like we're talking here because she has a show about the show.
Candy has her, what's it called?
Speak on it.
And I don't think she goes into as much detail as Heavenly does.
Because Candy's show isn't about the show. Candy has her speak on it, and she may bring up pieces like, okay, this happened on the show, and prevalent moments and stuff on the show. But she does have other topics. Dr. Heavenly basically stays on the topic of Married to Medicine.
And other people's husbands and talking about their kids and stuff.
Well, like I said, I like Dr. Heavenly, and I'm that's my girl. And
Nancy is not here for Heavenly tonight.
Oh my God, Rancy, did you do? Because I turned my notifications on for you. I saw you was doing the Order Queens Men, and it didn't come up. I was waiting for my notification.
It doesn't always send them, but I posted my notifications for our channel to see if it will do it, and it's been sending me my notifications. So make sure that y'all hit the notification bell as well, so y'all be notified when we actually go live. So it'll go straight to your phone. So try it out and let me know if it's working for y'all, if it's not working for y'all. But
hey, Q.
I tried it. It's working for me.
See, Q, I know who you are. Hey, Q.
See, I wasn't even going to remember, but see, now you bringing it up now. That's your new friend.
Q forgives me. I'm sorry.
Contestants have been on Heavenly's channel talking about other castmates too. They have. It's
all good. Ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. They have done the same thing, I think, probably just in different ways that Heavenly does. Heavenly just has a show about the show, and I think that's maybe a little bit of a conflict of interest. But
I will say, I remember when Contessa and Heavenly was real cool, and I remember Contessa got on there one time, but Contessa was not as messy as Heavenly was.
No, she's definitely not. She's definitely not.
But she was on there. Some questions she just didn't answer.
Yeah, but I think but everybody saw.
Thank you.
You know, so when her and because that's not even his name. He don't even have a name no more. It's just so.
Y'all put him in that Ike Turner category already.
Well, he shouldn't. She shouldn't have controlled him. He shouldn't have been up there acting the way he was acting, doing what he did. And I think Contessa just feels betrayed. Mm-hmm. She feels very betrayed, and she's a Gemini like me, and like we don't tell like our business. Like we'll say we'll act like everything's okay. Like we wear a smile. We're like basically the clown, like the smiling clown and the crying clown, like because we will wear a smile on our face and just be like, hee. But inside we have all types of stuff going on all around us, but we sitting there like. Mm-hmm. all the time, and our brains are constantly running and stuff, and she probably really is going through something with her husband, and she felt betrayed that her friend, because once we be betrayed, like her friendship would never be the same with Heavenly, because we could never trust them again. Like once somebody breaks our trust, we could still like probably speak to them, but we will never trust them again.
But this is how you prevent it from happening. If you see that your friend is doing it to other people, that means that they'll probably do it to you too. So if I saw that she did it to Simone, she did it to Quad, she did it to Toya, then I would think twice about being this girlfriend.
Yeah, she probably thought maybe that being that Heavenly was giving her the advice, and Heavenly was a listening ear, and and she became more close with Heavenly. And Heavenly probably, like I said, she probably knows more intimate details of their relationship. And that's why Contessa is, because she didn't say, I don't think Heavenly, from my opinion, I just don't think she said anything that was just too crazy. Now, they asked her, do you think is abusive? She said, well, mentally. They asked her a question and she answered it. I don't think she said anything like really out the way, like that we didn't see. But as a friend, I can understand why Contessa feel betrayed. Like, girl, why would you just say anything? Like,
but at the same time, Contessa, you put your relationship out there. You made it a focal point of last season. It was almost cringy. I remember last year's season was cringy when it came down to y'all relationship. It was very cringy, and it was hard for us as the viewers to figure out what exactly is the truth, because it was wishy-washy. 1 minute you hate them, the next minute you're on vacation, taking pictures. It was really odd,
because it just looked like a whole bunch of mind manipulation was going on. Mm-hmm. That's the way it looked. 1 minute you're angry, the next minute he come tell you not to be angry, then you're not, then you're angry because you wasn't angry at him and you should have stayed angry. Like it's like, what's the problem? Like I think they just need some deep counseling, and him having his counselor by himself, his unknown, unlicensed counselor wasn't kicking it.
Well, Contessa did say that, she's preparing herself, so if she got to live by herself, basically, if she got to make it on her own, she'll be able to do so. And I think
she's mentally gone. Like she's
mentally already setting herself up to be a single mom. Like that's what I feel like she's doing. Because I already feel like Ike is already out there in the streets. I feel like Ike.
Yeah, he probably is. But she better ask out her little daughter for some advice, because she seemed like
she the smart one. She seemed
right, because she seemed like she'll give her some good advice. She discovered that Toya raised a devil spawn.
I believe it too. They look spoiled.
But that other one, you could tell one looks a little more calmer, but the other one, his eyes just be all over the place.
Yeah, imagine you living in a rented mansion every year. You living in a new rented mansion. You always getting whatever you want, and you don't have to worry about nothing. And your mama spoiled. She don't do nothing all day except eat and drink.
Mm-hmm. With her wine budget.
Dropping you off and picking you up drunk from school, allegedly.
Driving down the street in the golf cart. Tore up in the golf cart.
And then on top of that, she rents in the same neighborhood. She got to be in that particular neighborhood. Like, why would you rent another house down the street from where you was, and you lose and you sell your original house? Like,
we need Candy to pop up. The lies. I think you lying about something.
It's something going on. Like, even if you was offered a lot of money, it's a lot to move a house. It's a lot to move a little apartment.
Yeah, because she was fully prepared to. That was her forever home. They wrote their names and things inside the structure of the home, and that's our forever home. And then to move in the same area, I could see if you gave it up to move in a whole nother area. Like, look, this area is closer to my kid's school. I'm leaving. That's why I gave it up. But girl, you still in the same area. So what's the really tea? What's with that?
For me, she always got to keep up appearances, like we said last week. And I think she's wearing Eugene thin. It's a lot to try to keep up because
he gonna want, because you saw next week he's like emergency medicine. He's ready to quit his job. Like he's ready to he's about to quit and lay on the couch and and eat bonbons next to her. He just want to give up.
I know, because in the ER it's not necessary. I worked in the ER before. It's not really all that easy.
No,
I'm not a doctor, but at the same time, it's long hours. Either you're doing a 10-hour shift or a 12-hour shift. It's long hours. You're dealing with all types of situations.
Mm-hmm.
You barely get a break. You barely do get a chance to get a break.
And then it's the physical exhaustion. Then you have the mental exhaustion because you're dealing with patients that's sick. You're dealing with patients' families. You're dealing with, and you're bringing all that home to a woman that don't even cook.
She don't even have dinner ready when you go. You gotta come home and cook, so you don't really get a break.
You're dealing with death, like, and especially when the C19 hit, he was dealing with a lot. Like a lot of doctors a lot of doctors committed the S, because they were going through a lot mentally. And for him to go through all that mentally and then come back and see her on the couch with bonbons and them badass kids running around, you're just like, ooh, I quit life. Look.
Ray says she loves your look. Hold on.
Oh, thank you.
Mace, you got me buying units, girl. I live for your next dude.
Thank you.
You be giving us looks every time. You got a two-story closet, or you got a one-story? Do you have a two-story closet? Like,
no, I have a one-story box. I mean, it's a little closet. I done took over my husband's side, and I had to buy clothes racks. I turned my hallway, like my upstairs, the hallway area, into like a closet area. I just
closet?
Yeah, but I had to make more room. So upstairs, I have a duplex. So when you go upstairs, I just have the clothes racks and where they're the garment racks and like my little booths and stuff, the boxes where I keep my wigs, and then I have the like the wall unit where I keep my shoes, because I was running out of room in my bedroom and I couldn't use the kids' room no more because they was like,
yeah,
don't try it. Is this a wig underneath my bed? Shut up.
But at least you be cooking. So they said Toya don't cook either, and that's the least she could do is cook. Cleo says on the next episode, Eugene is talking about getting out of the emergency medicine. I think he was only doing it to afford Toya. Toya is going to send them into early grade. Yeah.
Yeah, because he just looks like he want to quit life sometime. Like he just looks tired.
Yeah, and it's nonstop, all day, every day.
But do you know what? To go into his background, and like he said about his parents, and sometimes people take advantage of that. That's why a lot of times you can't tell people like your past because sometimes they'll play on it. Because he said how his father always told his mother what to do. Like basically his father was in charge and the mother was basically silent. So he didn't want to be that way. But he probably went, real on the opposite line of the spectrum where he doesn't really say much to Toya and let her get away with stuff because of what he watched his mother go through. Like, well, I'm going to spoil my wife. I'm not going to do that to my wife. And she could be taking full advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? That's why his mother side-eyed her. Like,
I think she's been taking advantage of him, and she's used to his particular lifestyle, but she don't want to work for it. And I think she thinks that being on Married to Medicine, she does get a check for doing Married to Medicine, and I think she thinks that's enough. But the way they live in, it's not.
No, definitely not.
The way y'all live it, it's not enough.
Vacations, wine budget. You have a wine budget?
Wine budget? I get wine when I can.
Right, and my wine, I'm down here with the Luscious. Like the Luscious, I think this was like $7.95, girl. And you got a wine budget?
Mm-hmm.
If I had a wine budget, it'd be $10.
At least she got a budget. You remember before the tax issues, she would just spend.
I think she's gonna be right back to spending. He's gonna be right back into debt, and it's going to cause them to be destitute. And when she's sitting in a box, turning around crying with all her things around her, you know, because sometimes we just like our things and we don't care how we get our things and put ourselves into debt. So you'll have all these things around you with nowhere to stay and no husband, because eventually he's going to get tired. I think he's going to get tired of that.
He's in emergency medicine. Eugene is a ER doctor. I'm sorry, but Toya is weak. She can't handle working on her kids, and she was a teacher.
Yeah, because they say she was a teacher. Because I was like, oh, how? When?
But she's gotten used to not working. She's gotten used to not having to do that. So, and one of my friends is a teacher. She was telling me how stressful it is. I was like,
yeah.
I'm glad I didn't get into that. Cooking is a basic thing for me. Shoot, I need to eat too. Yeah, I mean, we all need to eat. We can't eat out every day.
But especially if that man is going out to work and you're at home living in a lap of luxury with your wine budget and your badass kids, and he got to at least have a little warm meal for the man so the man think he's working for something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
At least go to KFC or Popeyes and pick
and put something on the plate when he come home. Just look, you know, it feels like, because to make him feel good, like, all right, I went out there and bust my ass working, you know, dealing with orders, and I come home, at least, you know, I came home to this. It could change a person's whole mood. Because if I come home and I just see the kids running like, oh, I know you bad. You're just looking at them up and down. Then you see her sitting there with her, because she's probably just sitting there. She's not even doing it, but it looks like she's doing this. And you're just like, oh, God, I want to go back to work. I just want to go back. You know, even he's going to find a mission.
He wants to go back to work. I think a lot of times in the medical field, it can be so stressful that you don't even.
You better hope he don't find a mistress
at work.
Right. She better hope he don't, because sometimes when men deal with that stress, they run to something that's stress-free.
Mm-hmm. And that's why some men cheat, is because they need a release.
Yeah, they say he wants something stressful. He don't want to come home to no food and badass kids.
Mm-hmm. Cleo says, I cringed when she said that house is too small for them. It's only for them. Yeah, my family has lived in apartments. We lived in houses, and if we can live in a house, 5-bedroom, you know, and everybody live in that house,
mm-hmm.
you can live in that mansion with them. It's just for y'all.
Yeah, I'm like, how far are you removed from regular people for you to say the house was just too small for us, so we moved into a smaller one? It was too small for us, so we moved into a smaller one. Girl, you don't even make sense.
It wasn't small when you first got it. You said it was your dream home. You had a whole party, but for some reason you're gonna sell your dream home that you wrote in the foundation on. You wrote Bible verses on. You bought the plot of land, and you're doing the same thing over again. That's a waste. To me, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, because it's crazy. She's gonna be like allegedly Tasha K back into you know. She I'm telling you, because it can happen. You just never know when things allegedly, you know, they said allegedly she's down to apartment. Like, but they show pictures. Her house was gorgeous. That house was nice, a nice house.
But the thing about it is Tasha K didn't sell her house. She's renting her house. So
right. She just put it in her husband's name and then rented it out allegedly. Is waiting, you know, to rent it out. But what I'm saying is, you don't want that situation to happen to you, to where you have the house, but you have to rent it out for rent, you know, because you need that money, and you're down to an apartment after you sat there on been so cavalier on TV, like this house was just too small for us you know, it's a mansion.
They
but
were almost there. Like with the tax issues, they were almost there. Like you can live without all that stuff.
Right. And what goes up sometimes comes down. Not wishing it comes down on her, but you got to be very careful, you know, because you just never know.
And we're going to pray for Tasha K. I hope she, you know, finds some peace, you know, because that's rough. You going down from an Escalade to a 2002 Honda Civic. That's a lot. That's a big drop. So.
Yeah, that's why you got to be used to all things, because you just never know what could happen. Like, you just, for the grace of God, because you could be up today, down tomorrow.
That's very true. But bringing it back to Married to Medicine, they also mentioned how Heavenly will apologize, but she'll do it again.
Because she doesn't mean the apology. she doesn't mean it. She just might as well say, I don't think I should apologize for anything.
I don't think she thinks that she does anything wrong. So I just feel like I personally I could not be friends with someone like Heavenly, even though she's funny sometimes. Like we would have to have some boundaries set. So I think that it's important to set boundaries with people and let them know where they can and where they can't go with you. So moving forward, we're going to talk about Quad and her Monty storyline.
I think that is cute. I'm here for Quad and the family. You know,
it's cute enough. I don't want to talk about people's kids, so I'm just going. I don't want to do that.
I think Quad is scratching for a spinoff because I could see it.
I don't think it's that interesting. I really don't. But I think it's cute for the show. It'll give her a little storyline because Quad haven't had a genuine storyline since Mariah left.
That's true. But I truly think, I hope, she's doing this for the right reasons. And, with her nephew Mason, he's such a cute, intelligent little boy. I can't believe he's 6. I'm like,
he looked like he gives me grown man at 6. He sounds like
he's so mature.
I don't want to say I'm like he is 6, but he sounds like an old grandpa. Like
he been here before.
Like I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe that's how people from Memphis talk. I don't know.
But I was like, this little boy is not 6 years old. But then I was looking at the time frame when when he was little, cute, chunky, looked like a little Cabbage Patch with his afro, so cute. And I was like, yeah, that was about right. But he's really grown. Like
he looked like he paid bills.
Right. Like he could tell Quad go to bed. Quad, take him behind the bed.
I mean, how is Anila trying to get Toya to come around when Toya was the one at fault?
Wait, Amelia was there? Amelia was on there?
I don't even know what part she's talking about.
She is so unrememberable. Like she is just forgettable at this point. Like I don't remember her I think she did have a scene when she's putting the kids in the car because I think her nanny is more interested than her.
But yeah, let's talk about Anila while she's on our mind because she'll leave in a minute because
her name is forgettable right now.
So Maria is tired of dealing with them bad kids. She's tired of dealing with Anila bossing her around. She's tired of cooking, baking pinto beans,
arroz con dulces, el pollo,
and frijoles.
Pení.
She's tired of that. So she's saying that she wants to move to Texas with her family. And I don't blame her. If she's not happy, and I'm sure they wear her nerves. I'm sure Anila wear her nerves, and them kids is wearing her nerves down. And she don't have no time for herself because her whole life is them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure she want to get back to herself. She done made her money. She probably been stacking her money up.
Right.
She's living there,
And she probably was skimming some off the top too. Every time she went to the grocery store,
She stacked up her money and was like,
they gave her 1,000. She took 2.
Mm-hmm. She said, I could do the same thing over there in Texas. I'm going back with my family and that's it. So she cooks a dinner for Anila and her husband. They come home from wherever they are. And shout out to Anila for getting all that stuff for blogging. I'm not going to hate on the game. If you get all this free stuff for blogging and you get on your live and you just shaking and you get all these different products, good for you. Shout out to you.
Right.
Show me what I got to do.
That big house and everything, she didn't pay for not a stitch of furniture in there. I was like, Amelia.
Okay. I mean, I'm not mad, with the whole blogging thing. So shout out to her for that. So Maria sit them down. I don't know if her name Maria or not, but
I think it is.
It might be Esmeralda, Maria. Yeah, he look like he pay bills. She sit them down and says that she's basically leaving. And both of them sitting there looking stupid. And you're not leaving. What am I going to do? Those are your kids. You don't know how to raise them.
Take care of your kids. Blog about taking care of your kids.
You should not rely on somebody so much that if they're not there, you don't know what to do. It'll be good to have the help, but I feel like people get so comfortable and complacent and they think, oh, she's going to always stay in this position or he's going to always stay in this position. And is never going to change. Eventually, this lady's going to be ready to go on and live with her life.
Right. She don't be raising your badass kids all the way up. Like, she like, look, I got them to where they at.
They were so not, both of them, they were so not supportive. Is there anything that we can do? I don't know what I'm going to do without you. And then on the preview, I saw the kids was like, oh, my pinto beans. I won't be able to have my pinto beans. I was like, really? Y'all reduced her to pinto beans? Y'all have reduced her. Like, you're not going to say I miss her. Oh, my pinto beans.
I need to know what Maria put in them damn pinto beans for them kids.
She was making some good Mexican. Like,
right, because my kids, I can't even get them to eat pinto beans. And then for them young kids to be talking about they want the pinto bean, I need to know, is she using the sazon? Is she using the adobo, the sofrito? Like, is she making her sofrito from scratch? Or is she buying the Goya sofrito?
I don't know what she's putting in pinto beans because I'm not a fan either. I like black beans. If I'm going to get it with the Mexican, I'm going to get black beans.
Mm-hmm.
Pinto, but I mean, pinto beans taste like I don't know, just straight up fiber. It just tastes like
and I'm like, I need to know for the kids to want them like that. She must be seasoning the hell out of them beans.
And you know, Neela don't know how to cook, so they was like, oh, I cook our roast and enchiladas is gone.
My burritos,
guacamole. She's about to leave and. They were just sitting there looking stupid. They don't know how to raise their own family and raise their own kids. I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's sad. And it's going to take them a while to warm up to someone else, and
yeah, and you can't really trust everybody in your house,
right?
Around your kids.
And now that she's halfway on TV, but people probably don't even remember her from the show. So they probably when they come, for the interview, they go. She probably be like, "Do you know who I am?" They're like, "Who?"
But maybe they know her from blogging because I don't know what blog she has or what's the name of it is.
Yeah, but she must be very popular for her to get all that furniture for free.
Or she knows somebody who knows somebody.
And she said that she made a lot of money from blogging from the previous season. I think when she first initially got on the show, she was saying that she makes XYZ from blogging. I was like, I just wish I had the capacity because I'll be down there blogging about, I just want a free wig. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start talking about the wigs, and my wigs is not even expensive. Child, just send me,
You can get a Heavenly Beauty wig down at the funeral home. They have plenty of.
Heavenly is a businesswoman. We're gonna get to that later because that was a whole nother.
We'll get into that, but first, before we get to the party, we have to talk about Simone meeting up with her son
and his Asian girlfriend
and Lucy Liu. They were down at the restaurant. And I
was gonna get my fan, but it would have been politically incorrect. If I get my little one and start, no way.
And she was, I think she might be good for him, but we'll see. So they're sitting down. They had a nice little conversation. Lucy was on him about his grades, and
because Miles is special.
He seemed like he's smart, but he kind of slow at the same time.
Yeah, Miles is like a special person, a special guy. Not slow or anything, but he's like more quiet, more refrained. He's definitely not a Michael. Because her other son Michael, he's out there.
You said why can't Anila hire her mama? I think the mama lives with them, don't they?
I think the mama went back to India.
I thought she lived with them. I
think they're from India. They came up here and they're not there. I don't think they're in the country. I think they just visit.
So if they went back to India, that's the answer. They're in India. So she's going to have to find her another Maria to make some pinto beans for the house.
And then the way the mama was looking around and how she was saying about the house and critiquing the house and doing all this stuff, mama may not be here for the baby. She probably like, no, I did not have those kids. You to raise those kids. No. So you just never know.
And this scene, it kind of tickled me when Miles said that he was taking Japanese. I was like, oh, so you taking Japanese
right now?
Yeah, it looked like you taking Japanese right now. So good for him.
You better find out what her parents are saying about you. Because just because she like you don't mean they do.
Hey Nola, thanks for joining us.
Hey Nola.
But yeah, it's always good, especially when you go over to their family. They talking Japanese, you got to know what they talking about.
Right, you're like.
Yeah. What'd you say? I don't know any Japanese. I don't know a lick of Japanese.
I know
I
shishini.
can tell you.
Is that Chinese?
What's
And
Chinese?
Demignon and shishini. You know, because I was hanging down to. I think they was Korean. I think that was a little bit Korean because I was hanging down to the nail salon, so I picked up a few things. But I think it's Korean. Japanese.
You don't know what they're saying. They can be saying anything. So another thing that came out of that dinner was Simone and her husband are writing a couples book. I rolled my eyes too when I first heard it, but they really have went through their ups and downs on Married to Medicine. They was on the brink of divorce at one point over this friend that, you know, I guess that.
But they just both give me like that they get drunk and didn't have arguments, and I was like, they book could be called Drinking Our Way Through Marriage. Because they both give me like Cecil's just always down to the bar shaking it up. Like, you know, he's down to the bar. He even had servers come in and she be down to the vodka bottles. So I think they should call their book Drinking Our Way Through a Successful Marriage.
I think you can't really tell anyone how to have a successful marriage. I really do think that. I feel like either both of y'all hearts are in it or they're not.
And I don't think they came far enough from their past thing to be writing a book.
Yeah, because that just happened 2 seasons ago. Like, I was about to get a divorce 2 seasons
ago. Right, y'all was just, 2 seasons ago getting a divorce, and he was just had a friend of 20. How long he had this girlfriend that he's always going with, like, and you was allowing that to happen for years. Like, I think you need a little more counseling, and you need a little more time in successfully, like where you're not arguing and you're in a good space before you start writing books about relationships, girl. Because don't advise me nothing.
But everybody on this show thinks that they have the perfect marriage. Simone does it. Heavenly does it too.
Yeah, the only one that has a perfect marriage on is Heavenly.
Heavenly does not have a perfect marriage.
She says her marriage is perfect, and I'm sticking by.
She wants it to appear that it's perfect, but Daddy seemed like he'd be halfway there, halfway not there.
Daddy could do no wrong.
I feel like Daddy got some other children out here in the streets. I feel
Daddy
like
just got another personality behind who he presents. I believe that, Damon gets loose. I believe Damon gets loose behind the scenes. Like, he doesn't show that on camera because he's smart enough not to, but because he just gives stiff on camera. Because I'm like, with all that personality Heavenly has, like, for him to be so monotone, like.
But okay. That's how it works. That's how it works. Opposites attract. You didn't know that?
But you got to give me a little saying. Like, because if I'm too lively, like, I know, like, you probably won't be as lively as me, but give me a little something. I think, I think Damon, the way he was dancing and then they busted down at the dance thing, I think he gets loose, but he just knows how to, he buttoned it up real tight.
But I think he's the type of person that he don't like all the attention on him.
Yeah.
And he really is the one who wants all the attention.
Right. He could sit back and let her, run be the star.
So we're going to go on a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and talk about Heavenly's party at the end. So y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be right back.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on, guys. Let's get into it. Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. and drop a comment below. Come on, guys. Let's get into it.
All right, we're back. Let's talk about this party. And let's talk about the drive up to the party. We have all the people that Dr. Heavenly has wronged in the past that are not really cool riding together. Simone, Contessa, and Tacky Toya. And Tacky Toya, they said your lace was like exposed up here, your whatever it is up here. They said that was
Yes, but for her to care about appearances so much, like, girl, get your wig together. Get it together, Toya. You was going inside a beauty supply, and they had
that don't go in the beauty supply looking so well.
yes, they had the chairs in the back. I see she got like a little beauty salon in the back. They could have hooked her up real quick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing she was missing was a bonnet to me, because you came in there with a t-shirt. I don't know if that was a business you're promoting or what. You didn't explain what type of business it was, so it just looked like a t-shirt with some short shorts, and then everybody else is dressed up. It's a grand opening.
She's very tacky. To care so much about it, she's very, very, very tacky. But prior to the show, even before that little function, the gathering, I like the way they try to set up Dr. Jackie's little skincare regimens. Like, ooh, let me put this, right here in the front. So that was nice for Heavenly to do.
And I also like the fact that Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly have really taken this platform and used it to create other businesses.
Yes.
Dr. Jackie said that her skincare line is all over.
And Neiman Marcus and Ulta Beauty, yeah.
So she's doing well with her skincare business. Didn't Jezebel do it like a skin? No, she did a makeup business that time.
It was a makeup, Every Hue.
Every Hue. It lasted how long?
Every Hue did not do nothing. Nothing.
So shout out to Dr. Jackie for having her skincare line. I think it's exclusively for women though. So
yeah,
make sure y'all check that out. At the party, a lot of people was coming in and out, but then I saw this weird looking guy with this green loud suit. I said, "Oh, he's definitely from Florida."
Yeah, he was giving Florida Gator. He was looking like an old Gator.
He was giving a pimp named Slipback, and that's what I'm gonna call him, because that's the way he walked in there with his tacky suit on, talking about he wanted to invest. He came out of a nice car, so it looked like he got money.
He does. He's one of the premier funeral home owners in Florida. He owns, I believe, a couple of the funeral homes in Florida.
I think they said 42. I could be mistaken.
Yeah, I believe they did say that, because you saw when he, sashayed when they took him down to the back to meet the ladies, and they mentioned how many funeral homes here. Everybody was on. Quark wanted a piece. The other girl, was that Natasha from Escape? Was that one of them sisters from Escape?
One of them girls was Escape was there, but I want to talk about how fast-tailed Nikki Natural.
Nikki Natural. Well, I was like, she's not above messing with anybody for no money, because you see,
Nikki Natural.
If she was down there with Trick Daddy,
she is so slorish to me. And if y'all don't know what a slur is, y'all just figure it out. Like, she did not waste no time when she seen that.
Took a flower basket.
She sniffed that money. She sniffed that money, and she was right on it. She's the type of woman, she don't care if you ugly or not. As long as you got the money, she's gonna be all over you and get what she want.
Mm-hmm.
She was down there with Trick. I did not believe that she was in love with Trick at all.
No, but I think that was just for a little clout, because I don't even believe he had any money to give her. Because like she said,
he was bankrupt. Did he lose his house?
Yeah, she said, but she was expressed before that her baby father is a millionaire and that she has money. So I think that was just a clout look for her to be on the show and have a storyline or whatever. But on this Married to Medicine with her looking like a flower basket, she was ready to go and bloom all over this old man. Slickback is what you call him. She was named
Slickback.
She was ready to give Slickback the business. I don't know who was her of them sisters from. It was one of the sisters from Escape. They was hi. Ooh, they said what? And Quad was on the side like, let me just go over there with my Memphis accent because he gonna want to know Quad. You know what I'm saying? Like they was just on it.
I'm sorry, but I don't care how much money you have. If I'm not physically attracted to you,
right? You say you don't care what Slickback had.
If I'm not physically attracted to you, it's just not going down. It's just not.
That's a skill. Like women who do that, it
is a skill because she didn't waste any time. Like as soon as she sniffed out as much money as he had, she went over there and started putting it on him.
Right, but Heavenly, that is a smart business move to get a contract with a funeral home. Do you know how many people die and for the wigs and stuff like that? Because you see people with I didn't see people down to the casket. I was like, Heavenly got contracts down to the casket. I didn't see people laid down the casket. I'm like, damn, I don't want to reach in there and fix their wig. Like, let me just get the comb and just straighten this out. So if her wig could go on the Unliving, and she's making a profit from that because people die every day. Mm-hmm. Like, and a funeral home is a business that will never go out of business.
I will say that it's a good contract to have, but at the same time, I think he owns beauty supplies as well. But at the same time, you don't want to be known as the funeral wig lady.
No, but a lot of people don't know because that was just like really amazing to me that beauty supplies can have a contract with the funeral parlor because I never really thought about it in that realm. Like, because I'm like, they do have the wigs, but where do they get the wigs from? And do they go to the same place? Do I bring my own wig? Because I don't want you, if I drop that, do not be giving me no Heavenly Beauty wig. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it.
Usually, like we, as the people, we have the wigs that they used to wear all the time when they was alive.
Right, because I bought my grandmother passed away. I bought her a new wig.
You bought a new wig? Okay.
I bought her a wig for her funeral, something that she would wear because I guess they maybe was offering a wig. I'm not too sure because my aunt handled a lot of those details. But I know I did. Like I was like, oh no, I'll get her wig to make sure, that is what, the way she looked. I didn't want them to put no doobie in front of her because they always putting bangs and they got them smashed up with bangs. Like, don't smash me up and put no bangs on me. Like, no.
Yeah, you don't want no bangs when you go at the funeral? You don't want no bangs? Okay.
Not unless it's a cute Chinese cut. And if it is, push my eyes back because, they can remold.
We ain't doing all of that.
Make me. I need to be serving Chung Li. Not
Chun Li.
I need to be serving Mal's girlfriend. If you want to give me bangs,
Nola said they better not be bringing Natural to the medicine wash. Well, they brought Jocelyn one time. Y'all remember they brought Jocelyn?
Well, she is a nurse. I believe she's a nurse.
Who?
Natural. Natural.
She wouldn't come near me with a 10-foot pole.
I believe if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, but I do believe that she's a nurse because she said she was a nurse and that she has her own money and this and that because she was saying that she's educated and she's not smart. She did an interview with somebody. She may have did an interview.
She's a nurse or a CNA or MA?
I don't know. She just said that she was a nurse. That I believe she said she was a nurse and that I remember her saying her baby father was a millionaire. She has money. She has her own money. She was like, basically, she was trying to allude that I had more money than Trick. Like I wasn't using him for his money. Like, so, I was like, that's what she was alluding to.
Well, I don't know if I believe that because I don't see no other reason you would be with him besides money and clout.
Well, a lot of to get the show, to get on the show, a lot of people, instead of they want fame instead of money. Mm-hmm. A lot of people want to be known, like, give me the money. You don't got to know me.
But my thing with Nikki Natural is when you had the opportunity to show your talent, you did not do so because you was intimidated by the other girls, did not want to get up there and do your own, your own rap thing. So I don't care no more. Now we just know you as Sloran. Ends die every day, B. They need wigs.
Right.
I guess, but at the same time, I don't feel like I would want my beauty supply to be known as the funeral beauty supply. I want to, make the living people look good too. So I'm gonna get my charger and lift. See, I'm all over the place. I live in
No,
Georgia.
I never knew. Like that was something I never knew they had. They would have contract with beauty supplies to get the wigs. That's really amazing to me.
Well, I come to think of it, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's just a part of it.
Yeah, but I think Heavenly is making a great business move with that. That's I couldn't believe it. But I was like, you mean to tell me the funeral parlors have contracts with beauty supply stores and to get the wigs for people? Because I thought people just bring their own wigs or they just recycle the wigs. I thought they made, and then you don't know. Because if you pass away, God forbid, and then they snatch the wig off, what do they do with the wig? Does the person buy the wig from the funeral home? I need more details on this.
They bury you with the wig.
No, because I don't trust funeral homes. I do not trust them. I believe
you see that lady who was selling people body parts.
Right. This is what I'm saying. I do not trust funeral home because my grandmother, ever since my grandmother she told me this when I was a child. She said her uncle used to have, like, he had gold teeth. Like, I guess when his teeth got removed, he ended up having gold implants put in his mouth. Mm-hmm. Like gold teeth where they were like in his mouth. Like the teeth was like gold and they was like dentist, like in. So she said when he died, for some reason, I don't know if they pulled him back up or whatever like that. And they pulled all his gold, the funeral home took his gold teeth out of his mouth. He didn't have his teeth.
A lot of times.
And so I'm like, are they snatching wigs? Because I'm not going to let a good wig go under. You know, I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, if you have an open casket and you go straight from the funeral to the cemetery, there's no chance for anybody to snatch.
No, but they do. Because before they get the body, like, all right, we're preparing the body. Because usually they do that. Before they take the body out and carry it, they close the casket for a while and everybody leaves out. And then the pallbearers come back in and get the casket. That time, what are y'all doing? Like, and nobody opens the casket up. And some people get the lock on the casket, like, oh, it's locked or whatever. I just don't trust it. I believe they go back.
That's not how we do it down here in the South, because in the South at the funeral, the casket leaves first, and then everybody
proceeds after.
Yeah.
But when they get to, like, do you actually? I'm sticking around. If I bought a good wig for one of my relatives and I got a Heavenly Beauty Supply wig, you know, I'm sticking around to all the dirt. I mean, I want it padded on top on that, because I swear to God, if you just dig, you know, they do ash to ash, dust to dust, and they do about 3 scoops and put on that casket, and then everybody leaves, but it's still the hole because they haven't filled it up. I believe somebody climbed up in that hole, opened it, and snatched. You never know. People do it for less. Snatch the wig off.
No, you want the baby hairs? You want the baby hairs on it? What you want?
Yeah, like they probably snatch the wig off, redo the wig for the next client. Mm-hmm. And then you down to me and Jesus bald with a stocking cap. Mm-hmm. I ain't trying to meet my maker with a stocking cap. Like,
I mean, you should have met him before the funeral anyway. So
right, but I'm just saying, you know, they say when you go. But they say no. They say the clothes you die in is your death clothes. It's the clothes you permanently stuck in for life. So always dress nice.
When you die, you leave that body, and them clothes is gonna stay right where they at.
Yeah, but they said when you come back to haunt people and stuff,
when you come back to haunt people,
you have the same clothes on that you died in. So it's like your permanent, your ghostly wardrobe
was buried in.
And like that's how I say, even bury me. I try to make sure I look decent in my garden house just in case. You know, I don't want my ghost to look tacky. My ghost to walk around here looking like Toya.
Yeah, down here we don't play about that. So the body leaves first, and we lock the casket at the funeral, and it does not open. We watch it go to the car. We follow it outside, and then we follow the car with the body to the funeral.
I just don't trust. Like, I want to see the dirt go down. I want to see the thing. I want to see it all. I don't want to be married.
So y'all don't want a bra at the funeral? Is there something against having one at the funeral?
A bra? Oh no, I don't want no bra, because if I'm dead, my breasts better be stiff as hell. I mean, push them up and just make them sit up stiff, you know, because when you go into rigor mortis,
how your boobs look when you
because I'm laying on my back. Put me to the side.
gonna be like, "Oh my God, did you see her boobs?"
Like, no, lay me to the side. I wonder if anybody laid to the side of the casket. I want me in the casket just like this.
Or you
Like,
want Mary sitting.
Lie me down sideways.
Nobody's worried about nobody.
No, they do, because some people boobs look like torpedoes. Like, you don't know what you think about, like, while you're watching them. Like, when you're in the casket, because I have looked, like, you over the casket, you look, I'm like, damn, her breast is huge. They give her
It's always awkward standing over a body, and I just try to get it over with as soon as possible.
Because it's like, and then they want to stand there and look, and then you got the person next. It's just, funerals is just like, it's just weird to me, because it's just really weird. And then nowadays that people are taking pictures of the dead, I don't like that.
Y'all worry about this? Y'all worried about eyebrows at the funeral?
But that's why I don't want to open. I don't want to open casket, because nobody's going to get my hair the way I want it. Nobody's going to get my makeup the way I want it. So just close me down, sit a picture on top, and send me to the in crematory, like and cream me up.
Nobody in your life that can do your wig.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm gonna order a Heavenly Beauty when it's time. Get a Heavenly Beauty, get that orange that she had, and we're gonna put the orange wig on, and we just
don't put ginger on me. Don't give me ginger.
And one thing, I don't know who taught Heavenly that drop it move, but she needs to stop. She do not have a.
She's gonna drop it one day and not be able to get it up. Like,
don't act like you wasn't struggling to get back up. It's hard for me to drop down to get back up.
Right, because she done dropped it. It was real lukewarm. It was real. It was given, like, just.
It's just like you just did not.
But I can't believe I'm not going to be there. Don't be standing on my casket looking at me with my heavenly wig on. Like,
I want an open casket.
I don't want nobody looking at me. I don't want them looking at me. I don't want nobody's.
I want y'all to be devastated. I want y'all to be falling out, crying.
Nope. I swear to God, I probably would get back up and be like, I don't like you.
Back. I want you to knock the pews back, fall out, start snot coming out. I want the Viola Davis. I can't,
because I know I will die with a smirk on my face, because I laugh at everything. Like, I would die with a smirk on my face. They're gonna be down to the thing, but I'm gonna be laughing, because I know I laugh at everything. That's why I can't look at a body too long, because I look at the body, then I start like looking, then I start critiquing, like, oh my God, such and such. But there'd be somebody to the side, like, but being I'm staring so long, they want to put their hand on me, like on the shoulder, and rub me. It's okay. It's all right. And I'm like, stop. I'm not about to cry. I'm about to bust out and laugh, because I can't control my emotions. Like, I laugh at awkward things. Like, it could be like death, and I'll be like a nervous giggle. And some people get offended of it. So I'll be like, don't touch me. Don't come near. Don't even look at me. Let me just put my wig around like this while I'm looking, like, because I don't want y'all to see the smirk on my face. And I'm not smirking because I can't help it.
And y'all might party at the after party, but I want y'all to be devastated at the funeral. And then at the repast, maybe y'all can start having drinks or whatever and getting more lively. But that's towards the end. Like, the last hour, that's when you bring out the drinks. But before that, y'all need to be crying and devastated and not confused over running around the church. I need people to run out, people to fall out over the body.
You want somebody to catch the Holy Ghost and pass out.
I'm going to be watching.
Right. You like,
I'm going to come back and everybody who wasn't falling out.
You better not be watching and critiquing. Like, because
I will be critiquing.
That crowd was not.
She did when she came up to the casket. Monica's definitely more hood than Alicia Keys. I don't know why Alicia Keys is in the mix, but definitely Monica. I don't think so. I think Karma took those a long time ago.
Alicia. Oh yeah, when she took that man, God took her
voice. Husband. So they do the fashion show. I liked Heavenly's wig. It was okay. Dr. Jackie's wig, it was not for her, but I could see it for somebody else.
Right, because she was giving Slim Lion. She was like, the wig was just too big for her body frame. It was a lot of hair for her.
Notices I was crying, laughing at my Uncle Phil because all the singers were horrible. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to have the best singers. Don't have nobody volunteering to sing.
Right.
Eyes on the Sparrow. I do not want Eyes on the Sparrow played. No, do not play that song. Do not sing that song. I want some devastation. I want some like Holy Ghost something. Y'all gonna fall out at my funeral. Like I want y'all to be in the spirit, like out.
And I don't want nobody for. I don't want you telling no stories. Do not tell no stories.
I'm a pre-select the people that can tell a story and the people who can't tell a story.
I want to. Don't be telling no stories. Don't be doing that because I'm gonna come up like it didn't happen like that. You know you lying.
I can't be there to verify. I can't be there to verify. So I'm selecting who gonna tell a story, who not gonna tell the story.
So you sitting there, you choreographing. You gonna be down to your funeral acting like Puffy.
I'm gonna do the choreography. Yes,
you gonna choreography your funeral.
I'm gonna do my own tribute. Sure, I need to know before I go. Like, Lord, let me know ahead of time so I can be like, okay. So
right, and I need to make a tape because I'm like, play this at the funeral. Because I'm cussing everybody out. But like, and I know you get up and leave because you know you didn't like me and I don't like you. Get out.
Yeah, kicking people out. I know Susie ain't shut up. I don't know.
Right.
So I felt like Heavenly Wig was good. Jackie wig was good for somebody else. Quad's wig it looked good on her. I will say it looked good on her. It looked like something she would do anyway.
Yeah, but those little horns. What you think about the horns and stuff they were trying to put on top of her head?
I felt like that was a hair show type of style.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. Well, maybe they're gonna start. They doing like hair show. Like Barney. What's that? Barnum Brothers.
It was like if you was gonna do a hair show, everybody should be looking like that. But if she was the only one, I could see why she was like.
Because I'd been like, take that shit off too. Like,
if you're the only one doing all of that, then you gonna look stupid. But
I guess because they had Nicki Natural on the side looking like a flower pot. So
yeah, they didn't even show her little walk. But yeah, she is a slur. Like she just really showed her butt. And is it Florida women like that? Because it seemed like are all of y'all materialistic? Is that? Or chicks in the bag, or trying to get the money.
I guess they said they city girls from the 305, kiddo girls, big booty, thick thighs. Like,
well, I guess so. Alora's wig did look good.
It looked good. I just didn't like that color. That 613.
That's why I was like, y'all be killing with that blonde, like
because that's that platinum 613. Like, it's certain styles that hair. It was like a lot of hair to be that.
It was a lot of hair, but I feel like she did look good. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, she pulled it off. She held it. She held it down.
But y'all be killing me with that blonde hair. I don't know. I don't know.
That's that 613. Like no. It's really blonde.
I like it, or people of color if it's like mixed with a brown, like mixed with a dark color.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna put like a Becky wig on and it's like all Becky, it just looks. I don't know.
And the thickness of it too. Because sometimes, like if I had a blonde wig and this density, like this thick, it would just look weird because it's so thick. And so like, maybe she need like probably a part down the middle with a sun slicker, but it was so big and full with all that blonde, like it just looks like okay.
Great Pacino
rules.
Great idea for Heavenly to leave a legacy for Alora. I do think it's a great idea, and I noticed on the wall there was lots of pictures of Alora in the different wigs, and good for her.
Yeah.
She could go to school, get her degree in business, come back, have a business to go to. She was
doing that a lot with all her kids because even she got her son into real estate.
Yeah. And that's good. I feel like that's what we should do. Parents should give your kids a leg up, Yeah,
if they can, definitely.
If you can, try to give them a leg up, because it's hard enough as it is out here.
Yes.
These jobs. So
especially for the young Black kids coming up,
Mm-hmm. And it's something that I feel like Alora likes to do. So, she doesn't mind doing it. So it's good for her. She looks good. She's grown now. Is she officially grown? Because
she look it.
She looked grown, but I don't know if she's officially grown because she don't know how to drive yet. She's still learning.
So she may be like 16, 17, maybe.
But she got a Range Rover. So I would give my child a car if they didn't have a license yet. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's just so weird. Like
why you give her the car, but she don't have a license? But that's just me.
I guess when you got the money, you like, here you go. Those kids are very fortunate. They're lucky to be born into the money already.
Mm-hmm. My friend took the mic and told the girl to sit down. She killed the song. They sat down like nothing happened. We fell out. Y'all not gonna be showing out in my funeral. Not in my funeral. Mm-mm.
I don't want nobody singing. No,
I do want some singers, but I must hand select the people that I want.
if they didn't dig a Mariah Carey and wheel her out by the time and wheel her out and have her sing, woo, I want her to sing Joyride. Woo, Joyride. Like
not at the funeral. Joyride.
Yeah, that's my song. I like that song. So I want her to sing
But
that.
at the funeral?
Yep. And then they could, drop it with but how about the Parkers? Shake your booty at the, you know what I'm saying? They could hit it one time with that.
Not at the funeral.
Yep. It's going down at the funeral.
And lastly, we have Anila doing the most. I guess she was spraying hairspray or whatever. She didn't have any.
I was like, I hope that's not Sheen, because somebody's gonna bust their ass. And then she done fucking sprayed the hairspray across everybody fighting down to the thing. Call the like, what were you doing, Anila? Like, why are you here?
Like, she wasn't wearing any of the hair. I mean, you could have put a wig on, but I guess you feel like I already have my hair, so
yeah. But what? But my thing with Contessa was kind of upset that Heavenly did not offer her a spot in the fashion show. But I was like, Contessa, make up your mind. You was not messing with this woman. Like, you can't get mad because she didn't. Like she said, she was happy enough that you showed up because she did not know if you were going to show up or not, being that the state of your relationship. So, you want to be in the hair show too?
Contessa get on my nerves sometimes. Sometimes I be trying to ride for Contessa, but sometimes she be getting on my nerves. Like, if you know you're not cool with her, why are you mad that she did not include you in the doggone fashion show?
Right.
Why do you want to be in it? You claim that you mad at this girl. You mad at this woman.
Are you really mad at Heavenly?
Evidently she is, because the previews for next week, she is having a intervention with Heavenly. I do think that she needs one, though, for real. Sometimes people don't realize how bad they come across to
right.
others.
And I think Heavenly, she doesn't understand. Like, I think she just goes off the cuff so much, and she's like, what? Mm-hmm. So she don't understand, like, you can really affect somebody. Everybody doesn't have your sense of humor. Everybody doesn't have your disposition. Like, everyone doesn't think like you. Just because you maybe, say things out the blue and you may say it as a joke and may laugh about it, they're not laughing. Mm-hmm. They're not finding it funny.
Right. Why are we calling her Contessa?
Contessa. Contessa. We gotta say it like Dr. Heavenly used to say, Contessa.
And Heavenly always want to throw shade at the new people that come on. Like, she didn't have a hard time when she first got on the show.
Yeah, because she got worn by a thread.
So you don't want us to talk about Heavenly? You don't want us to talk about Heavenly? Well, I mean, everybody gonna get talked about. Unless Anila is your girl, but Anila to me was trying too hard. Contessa don't know whether she's coming or going. You're mad or you want to be included. Which one it is?
And Simone wanted to be included too. I'm like, but what's Simone? I thought they were on good terms. Simone and
Simone said that she wanted to be a part of it. They asked her was she doing it, and she was like, "Well, we wasn't invited to do it." I think that was it with Simone. I think Contessa was the only one who was like, I wanted to be involved, and Toy was trying to talk to her and let her know, hey, you're not even cool with her, so why you?
Right, Toy got sent sometime.
Thick Girl says, "Child, I don't like Heavenly, but
hey, Thick Girl,
did she actually?"
Let me show y'all my cup again. Got my cup right here by Thick Girl, my beautiful cup.
All right, your cup's by Thick Girl. Okay.
Yes, please go get your glasses.
We gotta fill it with something. You should have filled it.
It's so pretty. I don't even want to drink out of it.
So you don't want to drink out of it?
It's so pretty. So I'm just like, ooh, and I be telling like, get away from my cup. Like, don't even look at it.
Oh, okay. So it's a decorative glass. So
yeah, I'm gonna put sun in it, but it's just right now. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to taint it with stuff because I don't want to wash it. I don't want to wet it. Like, it's so pretty. Like, so.
Mm-hmm. Simone isn't that close. I just felt like Simone kind of pulled back on Heavenly because Heavenly do be talking about people, and I think that you should never give Heavenly ammo. That's someone that you really don't tell your business to,
Mm-hmm.
because she gonna tell everybody and their mama about it. But overall, I do think it was a good episode. I do feel like the season is coming along. Next week it's gonna get heated with the intervention that they're having with Heavenly. So we'll see what's coming with that. What do you have anything else to say before we wrap it up?
Pretty much. The episode was a good episode, like you said. I want to see more of the season. I think Anila needs to go now. Like, please just like get her off the cast now. And I think Heavenly and Contessa need to sit there and talk about. And Contessa needs to be very honest with Heavenly. And I think that's where it's gonna the discrepancy is gonna lie, because a lot of times we're hard to express our feelings, to say when we're hurt. We rather just act it out. Like, you're gonna know we're hurt because we're not gonna speak to you. You know what I'm saying? But I think she needs to go into depth in a conversation with Heavenly, if they were really friends, and really explain to her what she did and how it made her feel. Because regardless if she stays with him or not, that friendship needs to be fixed. And I don't think Contessa will ever look at Heavenly the same or trust her the way she trusted her.
Thick Girl says that they approved her shop on IG, so go over to IG to the Cups by Thick Girl page so you can order your custom-made cups, shot glasses, flasks.
Yes.
Anything you can get liquid into, she got it.
Mm-hmm. And even with the flask, you got the funnel, so you ain't spilling your liquor all over the place. You know, you're going to get every drop right up in that flask.
And also, Thick Girl says you look amazing. And you was giving look. You was giving us a look tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Giving us a look. So I'm glad we was at least being able to match a little bit.
Yes.
So we'll be back on here tomorrow for Love It Hip Hop.
No, those housewives.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is looking like Love It Hip Hop, but Real Housewives of Atlanta.
They need to start looking like the WWE, the way Marlo keep coming out her mouth.
Marlo ain't about that life. She ain't finna bust a grape in no food fight.
The way she keep coming out her mouth, I'm gonna need Kenya, to drop the elbow down.
This is Bravo now. This ain't VH1. This is Bravo.
Yeah, but I think Kenya got her together real nice.
She did, eloquently. That's how you have to read someone.
Yes. And I don't think Marlo understood anything that happened.
And Ranty is doing All the Queen's Men after this. So afterwards, y'all go over to her page.
Yes, I want to see it, because this show, it's 2 episodes, but it's heating up. Did you get a chance to watch it, Shady?
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
It's starting off.
I haven't started the series yet, so I'm gonna have to start from the beginning.
And Blue has calmed down. She's not as this season. The little bit I've seen of Blue, she's not as hype as as she was. Because she wasn't hype, but she was just giving a lot of gangster, last season. But she toned it down a little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm always down to watch a new show. So, and I'm behind on P Valley. I'm behind like 2 episodes.
Oh, so you got to get with it quick.
So, I'm gonna try to catch up tonight. I'm gonna try to watch a little bit of it tonight. So,
yes, at least watch the episode with the gentleman in it that you said that somebody spoiled it for you.
Yeah, that's what happened. They spoiled it for me, and then I was just like, whatever, and I just like put it down. I haven't picked it back up.
Yeah, but try to get to that episode. I think that episode is a really good episode.
So I'm gonna get into it. Y'all be safe. We will see y'all tomorrow. This has been Let's Get Into It. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Shady Room on Instagram, and follow Mace Moreau also on Instagram, The Wig, and she also has a page, Mace Cooks.
Yes, because I'm turning them hoes into housewives. Go down there and check out some
on a daily basis.
Yes.
We will see y'all tomorrow.
Eugene wouldn't have to worry about coming home with no meal. We're gonna make sure Eugene had a meal.
Yes. Teach them how to cook and be submissive to their husband, so they can keep a marriage.
Not too submissive.
You don't want
Not too submissive.
Not too submissive, but just
no. I'm a little bossy.
I feel like cooking for your man and wait for him to get home is a way of being submissive without being subservient.
Yeah.
I just feel like
I think it's just appreciation. Like it's just a little bit of appreciation. But sometimes you gotta, choke them out too and tell them what to do,
Choke them out in certain occasions.
Right. Especially when they down to the deal with prostitutes.
But moving on from that, y'all take care, be safe, and we will see y'all tomorrow at 8:30. This has been another episode of Let's Get Into It. Y'all have a good one.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on, guys. Let's get into it.